Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into the enlightening pages of Attention Span, written by the accomplished psychologist and informatics professor Gloria Mark. Published in 2023, this revelatory work explores the intricate relationship between our increasingly digital lives and the capacity for focused attention. In an age where screens are ubiquitous, Gloria Mark sheds light on the alarming trend of dwindling attention spans and rising stress levels. Drawing from her extensive research in the realm of human-computer interaction, Mark dissects the scientific underpinnings of attention. She takes us beyond surface-level assumptions, charting a course through the digital disruption of our cognitive functions and laying out strategies for regaining control of our mental resources. Her expertise offers a vivid examination and refutation of common fallacies about focus and attention in the modern age. Readers will find attention span particularly resonant if they are grappling with the magnetic pull of their digital devices, experiencing difficulties in unplugging from the relentless surge of notifications, or if they feel trapped in a cycle of stress, exhaustion, and burnout. Author Gloria Mark, with her prestigious background, including her profound insights featured in distinguished publications like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, as well as her appearances on NPR and the BBC, makes this book an essential guide for anyone looking to navigate the challenging terrain of today's digital landscape while preserving their mental well-being. Join us as we uncover the secrets to harnessing your attention in a world brimming with distractions. Attention Span, a groundbreaking way to restore balance, happiness, and productivity. Introduction: harnessing the wanderlust of your mind in the digital era. Imagine a butterfly flitting from flower to flower in a sunlit field. That butterfly is like your attention in the vast digital field of the internet. Colorful, inquisitive, and constantly on the move. With each click and swipe, we're drawn to the next vibrant flower of content before taking in the full beauty of the last. But this non-stop digital flitting has repercussions. Studies show that our ability to focus is waning, and with it, our sense of contentment declines. And while we're caught in the web of infinite scroll and perpetual notifications, it's not just our time that's being swallowed up, it's our mental freedom. Like battling invisible tides, reclaiming autonomy over your attention might seem like a Herculean task. But fear not, within the pages of Attention Span lies a trove of insights and strategies grounded in sound behavioral science. Gloria Mark proposes a way forward that puts well-being over work rates, serenity over screen time. Let's unplug from the matrix of digital distractions to rediscover the joy in focused, deliberate engagement with the world around us. Ready your mental satchel? It's time to restore your mental domain, one mindful step at a time. Part 1. The digital age's toll on our focus. Our lives are a mosaic of disrupted moments. That's something we can all acknowledge without having to sift through piles of data. Each time you've been lured away from a task by the ping of a message or felt yourself slipping down a social media vortex, you've experienced firsthand the modern era's siege on your concentration. For decades, Gloria Mark has been the Sherlock Holmes of our digital behavior, dissecting the cadence of our tech interactions with the careful observation of work environments functioning as her lab. Her meticulous methods, timers, counters, and copious notes have painted a fascinating yet disconcerting picture of how we direct our focus. The revelations are startling. Imagine this. The typical office worker of the early 2000s hovered around one task for roughly 3 minutes before flitting to the next. But even this seems an eternity compared to today's pattern. 47 seconds of engagement before the allure of a new tab, a new email, a new interruption captivates our wandering eyes. And these diversions? They're not always deliberate detours we take. Often, we stray because a string of digital breadcrumbs tempts us away, or simply because habit has wired us to seek the novel and the immediate. What's perhaps more shocking are the reverberations of these interruptions. A jolt to our workflow, like a call or an inquisitive colleague, can spawn a 25-minute odyssey to return to the initial task. Sure, our brains are eager and equipped to juggle these disruptions, yet each instance taps into our cognitive reserves. Stretch this pattern over a day, a week, a year. Is it any wonder we're left feeling frazzled and fried? While these facts resonate with our personal experiences, there are also some unexpected truths concealed within the data. It's time to uncover and dismantle some enduring myths about our attention in the digital era, preparing to reframe the conversation around our cognitive capabilities. Part 2. Understanding the ebb and flow of concentration. Pause for a moment and consider the dance of focus that we partake in every day. Attention is our cognitive spotlight, our mind's careful choice about what it will illuminate within the vast theater of the world around us. Far from being a singular brain function, attention is an intricate ballet performed by varied mental networks. These networks harmonize to bolster our awareness, prioritize our to-do lists, flex our working memory, and refine our self-control. Depending on our interaction with the task at hand, be it from strong interest or the perceived difficulty, we experience different attentional states. Imagine being immersed in a task that both engages and challenges you. This is focus in its purest form. Contrast this with mindlessly scrolling through social media or connecting colorful candy on your phone screen. Here, you're engaged but hardly challenged, a rote state. Now, envision feeling neither interested nor challenged, a distinct flavor of boredom. Lastly, there's the state of being challenged to the point of frustration, yet completely disengaged. We're often led to believe that perpetual focus is the holy grail of productivity. But each state, even the underrated rote one, has its place in the symphony of our day. These less demanding activities aren't just filler, they replenish our mental energy like pit stops in the marathon of a workday. Rote tasks provide us with daily breathers. Our happiest moments can even occur during these mindful pauses, not when we're laser focused. Then there's the revered state of flow, that creative nirvana where the world fades away, leaving only you and your work entranced in a seamless waltz. Artists might frequent this sacred space, but for those entrenched in jobs heavy with correspondence and critical thinking, flow is a rare visitor. But absence of flow does not equate to the absence of contentment or efficiency. The key is not to chase the flow, but to ride the waves of our attentional shifts. The true art is to sync with these natural rhythms and harness them. So, how do we move with rather than against these tides? Up next, practical insights to steer your attention towards a more conscious course. Part 3. Navigating the relentless waves of disruption. Now that you've had a glimpse into the complexities of attention, let's dive deeper into what happens when focus meets the real world, otherwise known as distraction central. Remember the last time you were in the zone, only to have the tranquility shattered by a sudden notification or an unexpected interruption? Yes, it's not just you. It's an almost universal ordeal. Research has shown that bouncing back from these interruptions isn't just a 5-minute detour. It's a half-hour saga to regain your previous concentration. That frustration and stress you feel is your mind grappling with the momentum lost, a momentum that builds up only to be thwarted. The twist in this plot is our penchant for self-interruption. A startling 44% of the time, the villain isn't the outside world, it's our inner wanderlust. Whether prompted by a flash of curiosity or an impromptu memory, we snatch ourselves away from tasks with remarkable frequency. This seesaw between internal and external distractions creates a paradox. While these disruptions offer mental reprieves, especially when external stressors mount, they also stir lingering emotions, drain our cognitive reserves, and often send us spiraling down the unforeseen paths of the internet. Our ability to juggle these interruptions is influenced by a multitude of factors: social, environmental, even genetic. Interestingly, women have a slight edge at resuming disrupted tasks and managing concurrent work spheres, lending some credence to the enduring notion of female multitasking finesse. Yet let's not be misled. The ranks of genuine multitaskers are thin. For most people, true simultaneous focus is a myth, unless one task is so routine it runs on autopilot. Rather, we're engaged in a rapid-fire shuffle between tasks, each shuffle taxing our minds to rebuild focus. Effort to ward off distractions is equally taxing. Self-control is akin to a muscle that, when overworked, loses its fortitude. And while some people might naturally exhibit more robust self-control, there are those recommendations of conscientious individuals who manage a delicate balance. Even as they frequent entertainment sites more than their peers, they retain the power to snap back into work mode, using these diversions as strategic intermissions. For the rest who don't have such innate discipline, fear not. Self-control can be strengthened bit by bit, just like any skill. It's about embracing the challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, to dance with disruptions rather than fight them. Part 4. Bracing against the currents of the attention economy. In our zeal to grapple with dwindling attention spans, we've crafted a narrative of individual failure, a tale where the villain is a lack of personal willpower. But such a story ignores the broader stage upon which our attention operates, the societal constructs, the tech empire, and the prevailing zeitgeist of our era. Consider the omnipresence of the Internet, a network that not only is entwined with our daily existence, but one that also mirrors the sinuous pathways of our mind. Hyperlinks beckon us to indulge in exploration, allowing our curiosity to navigate from one thought to another, not unlike our own mental meanderings. This journey, starting from a focused quest, slowly shifts to a more serendipitous form of discovery. At play here is not just an internal inclination, but also the cunning of companies that have long since mastered the art of the digital lure. Algorithms dissect our digital identity to forecast our click behavior with alarming accuracy. Before you know it, your smartphone transcends its role as a device. Now it's inferring your lifestyle, habits, and perhaps whether you lace up those running shoes each morning. Social media giants follow suit, their algorithms ruthlessly engineered to hook you with the bait of emotive content, the shocking, the delightful, the outrageous. Why? Because the montage of emotions translates into relentless scrolling, granting these platforms more billboard space to flaunt their ads. In tandem with our shrinking attention spans, digital content gets increasingly concise. TikTok, Instagram, even the world of advertising, all confine storytelling to the briefest of spans, not to mention the accelerated pace of contemporary film editing compared to the leisurely transitions of 1980s cinema. These brisk visual narratives ramp up our heart rates and stoke our impulsiveness while siphoning off our mental reserves. And when you toss into the mix the staggering daily screen time average, a whopping nearly 10 hours for the American adult, a daunting portrait emerges of the forces pitted against us in the battle for our attention. Seeing this, the question becomes not one of personal failure, but of strategy. How do we navigate and assert command in the relentless sea of the attention economy? Part 5. Charting a course through the digital fog. We're sailing through these digital waters, bombarded with stimuli that not only grab, but sometimes seem to hijack our attention. It begs the question, amidst the clever algorithms and the onslaught of notifications, do we still have a say in where our attention goes? Delving into the depths of our cognitive autonomy, most psychologists anchor their beliefs to the concept of soft determinism. This perspective recognizes that while our actions may be influenced by certain factors, the rudder of choice remains in our hands. The mission to reclaim attention, therefore, starts with an increase in our digital consciousness. Let's embark on a transformational journey to develop a heightened meta-awareness of our online conduct. This means discerning our routines, perceiving the mechanisms behind the digital puppetry, and identifying the distractions that most skillfully undermine our focus. To forge this fresh awareness, let's nurture the habit of inquiry. Before diving into the Instagram waves, take a moment to ponder, what treasures do I seek here? Upon immersion, ask, what time am I investing, and what is the return? Envision your voyage's end. How will you feel after hours adrift in the endless sea of YouTube? The more often we pause to reflect, the more instinctive these questions become. Remember, self-regulation is a muscle, and every question is a rep that makes it stronger. Synchronizing with the undulating tides of our attention can also be your compass. Peak focus times come in waves, typically cresting around 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., with troughs post-lunch. Navigate your day to align demanding tasks with these high tides of focus. For those moments when your attention is adrift, anchor yourself to a predetermined break. This could be a voyage through your favorite social feed or simply a stroll. Such breaks are best timed after natural pauses in your journey, like completing a chapter or dispatching an email. Even during a digital hiatus, let's say a game of Candy Crush, cast a line that will reel you back to productive seas, such as timing that break right before an important call. Just be sure the call doesn't drift by unnoticed. To truly harmonize with our technology, meaningful changes need to be plotted, both personally and across wider latitudes. Imagine businesses establishing email-free zones in time, schools navigating students through the old sea of media literacy. Because the digital domain is not just an uncharted expanse we've stumbled upon, it's a world we've charted ourselves. By sailing towards a deeper understanding of our digital actions, we can begin to steer our kinetic attention to destinations of our own choosing. Final summary. In the intricate dance of the digital age, our attention is the currency of the highest order, yet it finds itself under relentless siege. As the lines between screen time and real life blur, we find our ability to focus fragmenting to mere seconds. Each digital transition a reflection of our fragmented attention. We are architects of our own distractions, yet not solely to blame. Our brains, the original web of networks, find kinship in the internet's structure, leading to a symbiosis that's both fascinating and awash with challenges. As we toggle between tasks, we're caught in a cycle that jeopardizes our productivity and, more critically, our emotional and mental equilibrium. But the plot thickens beyond our self-made tales of distraction. Deep within the fibers of the online world, corporate maestros deftly conduct our attention, guiding us through a labyrinth of triggers designed for maximum engagement. This new attention economy has redefined the landscape, transforming our tendencies into tools for others' gain. So stands the modern Herculean task, reclaiming our digital agency. The journey towards sovereignty over our focus calls for understanding, for building awareness of the digital waves that sway us. It's a voyage to rediscover the natural peaks and valleys of our concentration and to skillfully navigate through them rather than against. The course to digital enlightenment doesn't require digital abstinence, nor forsaking the Candy Crush breaks that bring respite to our day. It's about outsmarting the clever craft of our devices, about reclaiming the helm in a sea of notifications and new tabs. The battle for our attention is waged on shifting sands, but the path to victory is illuminated by awareness. It's time we become as agile with our attention as our devices are at capturing it. With strategic insight and a dash of wisdom, we can carve out a dominion over our digital world, standing firm in the face of the vast and boundless digital tide. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.